What is going on YouTube? Welcome back. I have another recipe for all of you guys watching, supporting the content that I love to make. Something a little bit different today. I've got a prime rib. It's a home kill. So that means it's someone's cow they raised. They killed it and then we got it. So it's not commercial. In my opinion, home kill tastes better and it's boneless. So it's not going to be one of those long recipes that's going to take hours and hours. Sit back, relax and enjoy the content. Coarse salt that I put on first thing in the morning. It's just the power of osmosis, baby. So this rub is just for like the outside. I'm using some of my friends' Rub and Q's bulldust seasoning. 2 tablespoons of that. Tablespoon of black pepper. And I always find myself, I buy a massive Dijon mustard, so I need to use this up too. We're gonna go maybe 2 tablespoons of that. It's like between a paste and a rub. So something like that. This was actually a gift from my parents. Every time that I can cook with home kill, I love it, man. It just literally tastes different. It just tastes different. The best part about it, it's boneless, so it's not gonna take 1, 2, 3 hours to cook. And we're coating everything. You can see you don't really need a lot. You just want to ensure that it's spread over quite evenly. Go give it a flip. Now this goes in the oven, 120 Celsius. I'm going to be aiming for an internal temp 49 Celsius, which will be rare, on the cusp of rare. And then we'll give it a nice sear in the oven and it will be finished. Sure. See you in an hour. A solo potato. Big rustic chops, guys. Big rustic chops because speed tastes way better. Roast more delicious texture. Also got some kumara here, which is sweet potato. Same thing every time, guys. We're just giving these a whack. Tossing them in with their shells because it's easiest to pull them out after. I hope you guys can see a theme going on here whenever I make some roasted meats or just big meals in general. I love to thrash the roast veggies. I make way too much and I just want to use everything that I have up in the fridge for some good reasons, because like for example, here's all of this. I'll show you. Sidetrack thought, but this is a pot of vegetable stock and a couple chicken bones that I'll be using for the recipe today, and I'll chuck all my extras in that. I saved like some onion, some carrots, ziploc it in the freezer, and whenever I make meals like this I can just chuck it all in. It's like a big fucking fiesta there, and that's just gonna make my meal so much more delicious. Because as well as thrashing heaps of veg, bro, I swear, I'm convinced the people that eat out or eat at restaurants 1, 2, 3 nights a week, they have to be millionaires. They have to, because that shit is so expensive. I have a few restaurants that I love to go to, that I support, and you should support all the restaurants you love too. But man, here in New Zealand, inflation's hitting us hard, cost of living is hitting us hard. Bruh, like, that's part of what I love to do as well, like get recipes and empower the people. You can eat delicious at home and it'll cost you a fraction eating at home versus taking your entire family or your partner or even yourself out, right? So that's what I love to do, and that's why I thrash veggies, because these meals will feed me for maybe like 2-3 days and I can have the same meal again and again and again. It fits my lifestyle and it's incredible. So the veggies that I've used, I've got onion, garlic, kumara, carrot, one single potato, as well as now this kg of pumpkin. And it's real good for your nutrients too. Real good for your nutrients. Don't forget your micronutrients. They're almost as important as your macronutrients. But people sleeping on that. Got all my pumpkin here. I'm chucking this in a separate bowl because I'm doing them a different way. Potato, carrot, garlic, onion, pumpkin. That's 5 within this meal. Seasonings for our main roast veg. Fairly simple, just a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. Onto a roasting tray. Get them as flat as you can. Main roast veg done, now we're going to move on to the pumpkin. Timer went off, 45 minutes. This is sitting at, I think, 50 Celsius. It smells delicious, and I'm going to let this rest until the veggies are cooked. This is our cubed up pumpkin, same treatment, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. Warm aromatic theme, I've got a little bit of cinnamon here. This makes it so delicious. The pumpkin's naturally sweet, and this just bumps it up a notch. Feel me? Got my tray lined with a little bit of baking paper. Our veggies going in the oven 220 Celsius until they're nice and soft. So give or take maybe like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. These are done, these are delicious, these are nice. The only dressing I want with this rich, fatty, delicious beef is a chimichurri. Garlic, sugar, chili flakes, and salt. We're gonna start with that. We're making like a garlic paste at this point. So I got a whole lot of parsley, as well as black pepper and oregano. Italian red wine vinegar. It's gonna give a nice acidic component. 2 to 3 tablespoons. Some lemon zest, because we want to up the fragrance. We want to make it aromatic. The acidic component really going to help us cut through that rich fatty beef. The final step is going in with high quality extra virgin olive oil, and we need a decent amount of this, so I'll say keep going until the herbs are just covered. I don't know, maybe like half a cup. And then we need to emulsify. That's so good. I reckon we need more acid though. I reckon we'll even go in with some lemon juice. I didn't want to add it at the start because I thought it would be too wet. But the sauce needs it. And you're just adding whatever you want to add within these ingredients, right? Until it gets to like the consistency that you like and the taste that you like. That is perfect. So I ended up using a whole lemon juice as well as the zest. Maybe 3 tablespoons of that, 5 cloves of garlic, half a cup of olive oil, and a bunch of parsley. This is one of my favorite sauces, especially with beef. Argentinians, they know what they're doing with the beef. Apart from cooking it past medium rare, they know what they're doing. We're gonna make a little gravy with the leftover beef drippings. Scrape all that goodness off at the bottom. A little bit of water if you need to thin out the flavor. Once we got the flavor we want, I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. And this is our jus, our second sauce done. Before this goes back in the oven to sear, all this leftover beef juice added into our jus. And so essentially we have a sauce for our beef, which is the chimichurri, and we have a sauce for our vegetables, which is this beef jus. It needs to be like this velvety, smooth, soft, thin. Ooh, that's so good. That's gonna be perfect for our veggies. If it's not up to your taste, add pepper, add salt, add what you want. A little bit of lemon goes hard. I preheated the pan slightly, like bare. You don't want it like super hot. You just want it like slightly warm because we don't have one of those racks. where the air can get underneath and crisp the bottom. And we're just going straight on the pan in the oven. We're going back in the oven to crisp up. Caramelize, crisp. And the oven's on max, by the way. You just really want to crank that. Now timer 10 minutes and I'll see you then. We're about halfway done. I'm going to give it a flip. Back in. After 10 minutes, beautifully seared. And the last step before we serve it up, go on with some butter. Give it some love up top. It will melt down, go throughout, make it even more rich, delicious. Give us a little bit more juices on the bottom. We don't even need to let this rest a second time because we already done the first bulk rest. When you do the sear, we're ready to serve up. So that means at any point in your day, get it done early. If you're looking at serving, do the sear when you're just about to serve it. Oh my god. And you can cut it into slices however big you like. I'm gonna give it a taste just by itself. Oh man. This goes so hard. It's like beef roast on crack. This is where things just go better with chimichurri sauce. Yeah, and that's it. That's it, we're done. Chimichurri, it's like an arrow. It just literally pierces straight through the fat of beef is really good. But with chicken too, anything. It just pierces right through that richness of the fat. Hits you with that bright, acidic, earthy bomb. And you're just in dreamland. Seriously, it gets me like right here. Right in my saliva glands. Man, that's so good. You really need like a strong acidic / sour sauce. The outside needs to be so seasoned. If you cure it or dry brown it overnight, even better. I put my salt on for at least like 6 hours. So the whole piece of meat is seasoned. And you know how to make all the sauces. You know how to make your vegetable jus. I hope you know how to get a stock on. A stock is just vegetables and then maybe a bone or two. Just have that running while you're doing literally anything else. You got chimichurri. Best sauce for this. Chimichurri and beef are like best friends. Like the video up. Like the video up. I'm telling you, like the video up.